Hi there, I'm Vince Del Monte, and back by popular demand are true and false sessions. This one is dedicated to skinny guys, so let's get started. As you guys all know, I used to be a former skinny guy myself. I could hardly gain weight, no matter how hard I tried. I think I had the worst muscle building genetics in the world. I ran for 10 years. I was a competitive runner for 10 years. So if I had any muscle fibers that had the potential for building muscle, I probably made them worse. So I know what it's like to be skinny. I also know what it's like to defeat your skinny genetics and build a body that makes you feel good about yourself. So let's get rolling, guys. I hope these are going to be helpful. And I'm going to keep these answers punchy and to the point. So true or false style. These are coming right off the fan page. So June Seo, if you are skinny, you have bad genetics, so your muscle growth is limited. True or false? This is false, because I've met tons of skinny guys who've been able to build better bodies than guys that actually have better genetics than them. So I've seen guys with smart training and consistency and lots of hard work achieve great things. Jose wants to know, true or false, can I gain 8 kilos in 2 months? Thanks, Vince, and Happy New Year's. 8 kilos is what, over 16 pounds of muscle in 2 months. That's 8 pounds. 8 pounds a month, that's 2 pounds per week. That's going to be a certainly challenging goal. I would say it's more realistic for a newbie, somebody who's just getting started. But it's not impossible, but you definitely got your work cut out for you. I have many questions, none of them are true or false. Is a hard gainer a myth? This is from Brian, true or false? No, I wouldn't say a hard gainer is a myth. There certainly are people that make, I don't like the term hard gainer, I prefer the term slow gainer. So I think there's guys that may gain slower, but the key is to understand there's no such thing as a no gainer. All right, everybody can make gains. So I think the problem I have with the term hard gainer is a lot of people associate it with no gains. Azu wants to know, when you stop working out like a month, your muscles will start to atrophy and you have to begin from zero again. That is true, but you're not starting from zero. You're certainly starting at a less fitness level. Your strength starts to decrease after about 7 or so days. But it took my body almost 2 months to actually atrophy after my elbow surgery. So if you've been training for a long time, your body doesn't atrophy as quickly as you think. I have personal experience with this. David Sullivan, true or false? Food mostly comprised of simple, fast-absorbing sugars like fruit are better post-weight training meals than foods comprised of simple and slower, use simple twice. I think he means faster versus slower digestion sugars like white potatoes and white rice. David, that's hard to answer. It depends on the person, so I can't say true or false. I find I respond actually better lately to like having white rice instead of dextrose. For some reason, my body is just being ultra sensitive to really high glycemic sugars after a workout. So instead of doing 100 grams of dextrose post-workout, I actually do 100 grams of white rice, and I'm finding that my body looks much better and feels better. So hard to give you a true or false on that one. Aaron Hersey, if you have sore tendons or elbow wrists, there's nothing you can do about it but rest. This is 1000% false. You can get help from a professional to figure out why the stress is going through your wrists and your elbows. There's something in your body that is putting more stress in those parts. So there's probably certain muscles that aren't firing properly. You got a lot of options. I mean, learning how to lift is a great place to start. Join my inner circle or invest in Ben's MI40 program, which teaches you how to initiate with the working muscle. If you can see an MAT practitioner in your area, you're in the UK there, you have to look up their website, see if they've got people in the UK. That's your best bet, because something is not doing its job, which is resulting in the stress going in those elbows and wrists. So this can be fixed. To be honest, rest is just a Band-Aid. Steve, green tea is a fat burner, true or false? That is true. Next question is from Ahmed. Could skinny ectomorph guy have a pair of arms with the size 45 plus centimeters, unflexed, without roids? I would say that is true, but you have your work cut out for you. 45 centimeters, I believe that's around 18 inches or so. Unflexed? Yeah, absolutely. I think that's possible. You've got a lot of work ahead of you, so get to it. Bill, the longer you lift, the harder it is for you to gain muscles. I would say that is true. because you're getting closer to your genetic ceiling. Another question from Bill, no need to train abs. Abs are worked in all exercises already, especially during squatting and deadlifting. That is false. One of the functions of your abs is to flex and extend the spine. How much flexing and extending of the spine is happening when you're doing your squats and deadlifts? None. So you need to do flexion extension exercises of the spine if you want to develop your abs. Powell wants to know, you don't need carbs post-workout if your goal is to gain muscle and you're over 10% body fat. True or false? And Happy New Year to you and your family, Vince. Thank you so much. Yeah, this is a great question. I would say this is true because you can, this is a controversial answer for some, but hear me out. You can replenish muscle glycogen through glutamine. There's a lot of research to support that. Plus, you can stimulate protein synthesis through protein and through branched chain amino acids. So that's why the carbs aren't as critical. Now, with that being said, if you bust your butt, if you did a big leg or back workout, or if you're in a weak body part, it doesn't make you a bad person if you have carbohydrates after your workout. You can do that. If you find your body recovers faster and you feel better, then feel free to have some carbs, but they aren't required. They're not mandatory. I prefer to save the majority of your carbs post-workout for when you do get leaner, when you're under 10% body fat. Your body will utilize them better. Next question from Brandon. True or false? Skinny fat at 32 years old can be overcome. 100% true. Nelson Rivera. True or false? Weighted side bends are good to reduce your obliques. To reduce your obliques? No. Weighted side bends are going to build up your obliques, so that's false. True or false? Is eating every 2 to 3 hours, 6 meals a myth? Some studies show that there's no boost in metabolism if we eat that frequently, and you will have the same results by eating 3 meals a day as long as you apply the calories you needed in 24 hours, as long as you get in all your calories. Okay, I get it. This is a big topic the last 2 years. So again, it's going to be true for some people. It's going to be false for others. I encourage you to experiment with both approaches. I've personally experimented getting all my calories in versus with 3 meals a day and 6 meals a day. I have found the sweet spot for me is 5 whole food meals a day and 1 shake when I'm cutting, and when I'm bulking, 4 whole food meals a day and 1 shake a day. So that's what I've found over the years of personal trial and error on myself. Most of my clients find a very similar approach. Around 4 or 5 whole food meals a day with 1 shake a day is fairly realistic no matter how busy you are. So try both methods, track everything, and compare and see what gets you better results. I believe that you will find a difference and that you won't get the same results. I believe you will see a different physique and you're going to feel different because there are 2 different approaches, but you'll only discover that until you actually put it into action. So don't learn by reading, learn by doing. True or false? Cheat days will benefit you and help with your metabolism. Absolutely, yeah. Leptin levels drop as you get leaner. So by having a cheat day or cheat meal, you're definitely going to help with that. So that's true. Connor, true or false? Training a specific muscle or group of muscles every other day will help to bring them up. Is that overtraining? That is true. That is the manipulation of training frequency. The key is to ensure you follow it up with a certain amount of rest so you super compensate from it. Ian Douglas, it is near impossible for me to gain weight. I've tried everything. What kind of suggestions do you have for a guy on a budget? Ian, you have not tried everything. I encourage you to understand the idea that you don't know what you don't know. So start focusing on finding more information and applying things and tracking your progress. You will change. It's just comes down to sticking to it and working hard. Your body will change. Antoine, true or false? Taking a 30-second to 1-minute cold shower after workout will help the body recover. This is true. Do 1 minute cold and 2 minutes hot though, and do that 5 times. That's the key. That's the protocol. Farhan, meeting protein requirements for the day is enough to build muscle. True or false? Or is there a specific amount of leucine we need to consume at certain times? The great news, Farhan, is if you start focusing on getting about 40 grams of protein per meal, you're going to get the amount of leucine you need within each of those protein meals, which is around 3 to 4 or 5 grams of leucine. So focus on getting 40 grams of protein from a variety of protein sources and you'll get your leucine intake. Adding extra leucine in between meals will certainly help, but that's like the next thing after you've mastered this first thing. Ilya, post-workout creatine works better than pre-workout. True or false? I would say it's false. you're gonna get a benefit from it. It's like filling up your gas tank. Once the gas is full, It doesn't matter when you fill up the gas tank as long as it's full. Hey Vince, will implementing time under tension to all my workouts increase gains? Yes. Rich Piana advises to eat 12 meals a day. I wonder if a day comprises of 24 hours. Yeah, you better double check. I've never met anybody actually who does 12 meals a day. I'd be interested in hearing his reasoning for that. So we've got a frustrated comment. This isn't true or false, but I'll take it. What the heck? Says, you never know whom to trust. Trainers don't give a damn to studies. You're right. It's hard to know who to trust. I fully agree. I experience this every day in my world and trying to find out people that really have your best interests at heart. I mean, my best advice is just to look at someone's track record. Look at their personal track record. Look at the track record of their clients. And that will kind of give you a good idea of if there's somebody you can trust. So, but yeah, you're right. And I'd also tell you that, you know, I don't agree with you that trainers don't give a damn to studies. Some don't, but many do. And you can't say that. You can't be absolute about this, just like not all teachers are created equal, not all police officers are created equal, not all doctors are created equal, neither are trainers. Not all trainers are created equal. So keep finding the people that resonate with you and not just sound good, but give you stuff that you can apply and gets you results. At the end of the day, that's all we care about, right? Results. Second last question from Bebek. Soya protein increases estrogen. Man bodybuilders cannot take soya as a protein source for muscle mass. True or false? I would say, I mean, you obviously can, but is it optimal? I would say no, so I would say this is true. And this goes for females too. I would stay away from soya unless you want nipples the size of Frisbees. Last questions from Garish. True or false? A vegetarian diet is enough to get a bigger body. I believe that this would be, it can be true because it can be enough up to a certain point. At a certain point, you'll probably find that by adding animal-based foods, it's going to help improve your amino acid profile. It's going to help increase your recovery and your hormonal profile so that you can get gains faster and that you can recover faster and train harder. So I believe that a vegetarian diet is enough to a certain point, and then I believe everything after that will be harder than not having animal-based foods. All right, that's from my experience, and that's from my experience from working with others. A lot of people will disagree with me, and that's fair enough, but that's my answer to you, Garish. Thank you so much, everybody, for those questions. I hope that helped you guys out. And let me know what you guys want to do for Free-for-All Fridays. We can really do anything. We can do a lesson. We can do non-fitness related stuff, true or false, rapid fire, but something non-related to what we do in the first 4 days of the week. So let me know what you guys would like to see on Free-for-All Fridays. What gaps can I fill in terms of what this channel could add more of? I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much.